Hey everyone, this is Lucy O'Brien here, and I am joined today by Katie Casada, who is our editorial designer. Say what's up.
What's up, everybody?
What's up, everybody? But also who is a seasoned Dota 2 player.
Yes, I've been playing for a long time.
Right, okay, so we would probably describe Katie as like I mean, would you call yourself a Dota 2 master?
No.
Is that excessive?
You can call me that.
I will call you a Dota 2 master.
But people watching this, I am average. I'm an average Dota 2 player.
Okay. Well, I am the opposite of a Dota 2 master or even a Dota 2 average player. In fact, I have never played a MOBA in my entire life.
Never.
So the purpose of this video and hopefully subsequent videos is to just give people like myself who are watching out there an idea of what Dota 2 is and what its appeal is and how to play the damn thing.
Yeah, like
right?
a rundown.
A rundown. Before we begin, I just want you to tell me, what is the appeal of this game?
I'd say, super competitiveness. When you win, it feels really great. When you win based off strategy, it's like super awesome. Like it's all winning. It's all
winning.
Yeah,
so if you don't win, it's more devastating.
Oh, it's awful.
Right. So you cry yourself to sleep.
Yeah. I feel like it gets to the point where we lose a match that we should have won, and it's just you can't play for like a few days.
Right. So Dota 2 is for highly competitive people.
Yeah, like me. I'm super
like you.
competitive.
I am actually quite competitive myself. But if I feel that something is going to be too hard, I just won't try. Hence the fact that I've never picked up Dota 2 before. But I am really looking forward to getting into it.
Yeah.
So let's do it.
I'm going to teach you so you can like get into that competitive mode.
And one day, in many years to come, maybe I can be a Dota master.
Yeah. When Dota 4 comes out,
maybe
that's the time.
And at that point, I'll actually be able to sort of get up to your level.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so let's crack into it.
All right. So we're going to start with a bot match.
Yep.
I'm going to set it to...
Ooh.
I'll do it hard.
Hard, okay. And is that the sort of the level that you usually play?
Well, I don't usually bot match.
Right. But if you were playing against your friends?
If I was playing against my friends, it's just how good the other people are.
Okay.
There's no level or whatever.
Okay. So there's only like level select, like sort of difficulty selection on bot matches.
Yeah.
Okay.
But for the sake of teaching, I'm going to stick to just bot matches.
Right.
And I hate bot matches, so.
Because they're just unpredictable and crappy?
They're super predictable.
Right. So they are predictable.
They are because the bots don't act the way that humans act.
Okay.
So if you think they're going to be doing something, they're going to do it.
Right.
So they don't do anything surprising. They all travel together, and it's super annoying.
Okay. Now I see that you are losing time.
Yeah.
These are your characters here, and there are obviously like a whole bunch to choose from.
Yeah. There's 120 some heroes. I only play like 20 of them.
How many get added? Like, I mean, did Dota 2 sort of begin with this amount of characters, or did characters get added with time?
I don't know how many they started with.
Right.
But every few months or so they'll add a hero. Like they just added the techies.
Okay.
Which I don't like them at all.
I like his little cigar there.
Yeah.
Now, we were talking earlier. You've got a favorite character in Dota 2,
yes.
right?
Luna is my absolute favorite.
Luna. She looks like a badass. She's got a kind of like a New York sort of symbol on it.
New York.
Like a New York Knicks.
That's probably why I like it so much.
Is that what they call their New York Knicks?
10 seconds remaining.
I'm from Australia. I don't know. Anyway, cool. So select her.
Yeah, she's my girl.
Right.
I am actually getting a Luna tattoo of that symbol, the New York symbol.
The New York symbol?
Yeah.
Of the sports team that we don't know the name of.
The New York Knicks, okay.
I was right.
New York has like 80 teams. Like, I don't know what's going on.
Well, that's why I got confused. But anyway, so we are in the game right now. And what we've got on the right-hand screen is what? Those items
this
there.
This is the shop.
Right.
So I just bought my own courier because I actually really like it. This is a mini version of my mount.
Okay, so you said courier. Now, what is a courier?
Courier is a creature or whatever that brings out your items for you. So whenever you buy one and you're out, they just bring it over. It's pretty cool.
Okay.
They're nice little dudes.
Now, you've got, like, you had those items just then. You selected a couple of items. Now, just talk me through that. Like, how did you choose which items you wanted to select?
So, This is kind of like the recommended items you start with.
Yep.
Because I bought a courier, I couldn't go and buy this.
What are those branches up there?
These are GG branches.
Right.
Iron branches. They give +1 all your attributes.
Okay.
So when you're starting in a lane, which is what I'm in, this is a lane.
Yep.
This is also a lane here, and this is a lane. You start in your lane, and if you have higher stats, you can take over your lane easier.
Right. And how many items can you select?
You can hold 6 at a time.
Okay.
Oh, I missed the block. So what I missed is the creep block, which stops your creeps from going up too far.
Right. So your creeps are your pals?
Yeah, your little
Your little butts?
Yeah.
And they fight alongside you against the enemy creeps, right?
Yeah. I also murder them whenever I want.
Okay.
Like that.
So why would you do that, Katie? Why would you do that?
Because I'm just a hateful person.
But really, why would you kill your little teammates?
So the goal of the main start of the game is to get as much money as possible.
Okay.
And I'm not doing a very good job. But every time your enemy or you get a last hit on a creep, you get money for it.
Okay.
And if you get the last hit, they don't get any money.
Right. So you need to have the last hit.
Yeah. So I'm trying to deny hers. And I'm also doing a horrible job of getting my own last hits.
But that's what it's called, like a deny?
Yeah.
Okay.
See, she denied me. I hate that.
And this over here, this character is, I mean, obviously it's bot controlled, but this is someone on the other team?
Yeah. This is
Like a hero from the other team?
Yeah, this is the other team's mid. Her name is Death Prophet.
Okay.
She's a really good pusher, which is when you push up your creeps to get more towers and stuff.
Right. So that's kind of the goal of the whole game, right? To just like conquer.
Yeah.
Okay. I get that. I can dig that. Like, what is this character here? What is her power? She just looks like she's throwing things at you.
Death Prophet?
Yeah.
She is this awful hero who I hate.
Okay.
She's horrible to lane against because she does this AO, like this cone in front of her that
Right.
takes a lot of damage out.
And how many players can you have on a team?
5 each team.
Right.
You can do 1v1 matches, but nobody ever does that.
And how are they sort of, I mean, how do you balance that? Obviously you choose your characters. It's important to choose a well-balanced team, right? Mm-hmm. So how do you ensure that you actually have a well-balanced team?
If you're talking with the team you usually play with, which I play with like a good healthy amount of people every day. We just know like, oh, I'm going to be mid or I'm going to be support. You just kind of decide who's going to do what before you go ahead and start the game.
Okay. Now you'll need to... Oh, what are you doing there?
Oh, she hit me pretty hard, so I had to go use a tango on a tree, which heals me up a little bit.
So you hit the trees to gain health?
Yeah, you dance, you tango.
Oh, nice. I like that. Okay, so you basically, you mentioned the carrier and the mid and the support.
Yeah.
So explain to everyone what that means and me.
All right, so right now I'm playing a really hard carry. Luna is one of the hardest carries in the game.
And what does that mean, like a hard carry?
You need... They're a character that starts off really slow.
Right.
And then by the time you get to the late portion of the game, they are just a wrecking ball.
Okay.
So what happens in a normal match and not a bot match, by this time someone would have come and tried to kill me.
Right. Because people want to kill the carry first and foremost.
Yeah, because I'm very threatening when I get...
Obviously.
So threatening.
Yeah.
I'm scary. I actually don't like playing against Luna players because she can get really ridiculous.
Okay.
The only thing she's not good at is she's a bit light on health.
Right.
So she's very easy to kill.
So you got to just cut down those trees.
So many trees.
Yeah. Okay. So and then what does support do? What is their primary duty?
Support players at the beginning of the match, their primary goal, objective is to either roam around and gank. So I would have been ganked by Sand King or Earthshaker by now.
What does gank mean?
Ganking is when you surprise attack someone.
Right.
And you kill them.
Okay. So, like, if you just kill someone in a regular battle, that's not ganking. That's just a kill.
That's just a murder.
Right. Just a straight up
dead.
Brutal, stone cold murder.
Yeah.
But ganking is kind of like, surprise!
Ganking is a lot worse, though.
Right. Why is it worse?
it hurts a lot.
Okay.
It hurts your soul when you are getting ganked and you're like literally can't do anything.
Right. So it's frustrating.
It's very frustrating.
Okay.
So right now I'm actually pulling the creeps past the tower, so
Yep.
they don't do any tower damage.
I see. So like you're saying, come here and my tower will kill you.
Yeah, yeah. So back to supports. Supports will gank. Their early game role is to gank a lot.
Yep. How can you gank in a game like this? Obviously, you're going to see it if someone comes up behind you and shoots you.
Yeah, there's actually this is a very strategic part of the game where you can hide in these areas here. So before I came in here, you saw it was like black like this.
Yep.
If I'm out here, I can't see in here, and if you don't have any vision, you that's where you can gank from.
Okay.
So you usually like gank from like a really weird spot. Like
Right.
there's certain heroes that you can play as who are her primary gankers and will hide very easily.
So kind of cowardly heroes.
Yeah, I hate them.
Right.
There's this one character called Pudge who is the worst, and he'll hide in one of those spots, and he can hook you,
Right.
and he'll pull you in, and you're just dead. It's like you have no chance.
What a bastard.
Yeah.
Okay, so how well are you doing right now?
Not good because I just hit a creep.
What is that little symbol you've got above? You just had a little like mute symbol.
Oh, she silenced me, so I can't cast any spells.
Okay.
I'm also low on health, so this is awful.
Could have hit a tree.
I don't have any more tangos. I'm in trouble.
Right. So they're coming after you, but you still got your tower here.
Yeah.
Am I giving you strategic advice right now? Is that what I'm doing?
Yeah.
Okay, so basically, and the support helps with the ganking. The carry helps with, the carry is kind of the leader, right?
Yeah.
And what was the other one you mentioned? Was it a mid?
Well, the mid is like a position 2 carry.
Okay.
So you're not the heaviest.
So like the first mate.
Yeah.
I got to give everything context.
That's a really cute term, actually. Yeah, the first mate. So the heavy carry usually goes into the safe lane, which this lane at the bottom, the long one, is called the safe lane because it has the jungle along it and there's lots of ways to escape.
Okay.
So the dire safe lane is right here.
Right.
This bit.
And who hides in the safe lanes again?
Usually heavy carries. Like Kunkka's a pretty hard carry. So if he's in... Did I die? No, I didn't. If he's here, he can get a lot of last hits and stuff because he has good support and has good escape.
Right. And how do you determine, I mean, I'm really curious, how do you actually determine which characters are better suited to which roles? I mean, obviously, with someone like Luna, you know, she's obviously kind of a heavy hitter, right? So you want your stronger characters to be the carry. But then you mentioned that she's quite light on health.
For the sake of this video, I went mid. But usually I go safe lane, so I could have like Lena would be supporting me. So she's a support character. Sometimes people play her as carry, but I prefer her as support. She would be helping out. So your support does all the denies when you're in lane.
Okay.
Which she just did with exclamation point.
Right.
And the support also harasses. I didn't go over support roles that well. Support will also harass the heroes in lane.
Okay.
So the more damage done to her, the more I can just run in. Oh my god, I'm gonna die. The more I can just run in and get last hits really easily.
Right. So yeah, okay. But you are essentially like, you are the one who collects all the gold.
Yeah.
Because you are the carry of the game, the carrier of the game. Now tell me a little bit more about lanes. So you're talking about like a mid lane, and then there are these other like areas to the side.
Yeah. This is mid lane.
Yep.
You have the ancients here, which are creeps that spawn. They give a lot of money. You've got the jungle over here.
Yep.
And they all creeps spawn in here.
The jungle looks quite frightening to me and unknown.
Yeah, if you don't have any wards in there, which is these things that the observer ward grant vision.
So what are wards?
So supports also buy these at the beginning of the game, in addition to the courier and whatever items like you usually buy.
So they're like perks.
Yeah.
And how many times can they be used?
So they have a stock of one, and then every 4 minutes they'll respawn, so you can buy them again.
Right. And can you share them between other players on your team?
Yeah, you can just pass them along. Also, sentry wards also do the same thing.
Yep.
But observer wards see visible heroes. So if I was to place one of these in the jungle right here, I can see any hero that comes by, because I can't right now. Sentry wards, they can spot invisible heroes. Like, luckily right now, there's not too many invis heroes, unless they buy an item that gives them vision.
Did you just say invis heroes?
Yeah.
Nice use of lingo.
Invisible.
I like it.
So these will spot invisible heroes.
Yep.
There's some heroes that rely on being invisible.
Okay.
And as soon as you see them, they're just useless. So yeah, you'll buy that sort of thing.
And how many sort of, I mean, are all of these wards there on the side? Were they all wards, or are they different types of items as well?
So these are all like mostly starting items. I lost my mid tower. I wasn't paying attention.
I'm sorry, I am distracting you from your
I'm doing so bad
from your actual gameplay here.
Yeah, I was. It's hard to talk and play at the same time.
That's okay. You're doing well.
Yeah, just for the sake of teaching.
Yep.
That's my excuse.
Yep, that is a totally fine excuse. No one is judging you.
So right now Viper and I are pushing up mid.
It looks like you're doing really well.
Stop. By 10 minutes, I should have 50 last hits. I have 18. So
and how well is the other team doing? How do you check?
So I can check over here. I can check the other team's levels. I'm level 8 and I'm less than Death Prophet, who is laning with me.
Right.
Which is really bad.
How do you, how long does a Dota 2 match on average last?
Oh god. They can last from 10 minutes.
And how do you know when they're over? I mean, I know that's a really dumb question, but I just it looks like that you could just do this forever.
Let's just do this while they're chasing me.
Oh, here are your team. Here's your team.
My little creeps, my buddies.
You unceremoniously kill so they don't steal your sweet, sweet gold.
Yeah. So the main objective of Dota, Defense of the Ancients.
Okay.
2.
Yep.
Is to kill the other team's ancient, which is this guy.
Okay, so that's once you've killed the ancient, that's when you know that the game is wrapped up.
Yeah.
Right.
I make sure I run home. So the ancient is protected by these towers.
Yep.
Barracks, which spawn creeps.
Yep.
Which are the little guys that run. Once you take out barracks, let me just go to the more visible barracks. Once you take out barracks, your team will get more powerful creeps. So
okay.
If you take out all 3 barracks, there's 3 sets, then you get mega creeps, which are very, very hard to kill, and they hit very hard.
Okay.
Which is what makes late game difficult. So
and more exciting, right?
Yeah.
How many creeps? I mean, do creeps just respawn as you sort of play through, as you push through the world, or how do they work?
Yeah, they respawn every minute.
Okay.
It's every minute.
And your towers are just defense things.
Yeah. So
but you want to kill the other team's towers, right?
Yeah. If you get too close to a tower, oh no, that's really good. Let me get in there.
Wow, someone really messed those guys up.
Yeah, not me. I'm doing real bad. I'm silenced, which is why I wasn't doing anything. So I've got a really good team actually. Kunkka has a big AOE stun.
Yep.
Lena has a one-shot kill basically.
Right.
So we're getting messed up. He's gonna die. Death Prophet has this thing that spawns these little ghosts, and they're very good for pushing. And if you get stuck in them, they'll just drain your health very quickly. Okay. What are you doing, Nova?
So obviously you are very aware before you begin each Dota 2 game of what the characters on your opposing team, what their strengths and weaknesses are.
Yeah.
And you sort of play around those in a strategic way.
So the thing is, I've been playing for a while. I've been playing for Dota for a year. I've been playing MOBAs for a long time.
Yeah. So how did you even get into MOBAs? Because I was sort of saying to you, for me, the reason that I have not touched MOBAs before is because I feel that there's kind of a barrier of entry. Mm-hmm. There are just so many systems, and they just seem so complicated from the outside that I feel like you have to dedicate quite a bit of time to actually wrapping your head around them.
Yeah. Well, I started playing League of Legends.
Right.
It was just kind of like a thing my friend and I just wanted to do because we were like, I heard it was good.
Yeah.
So we started playing that about 4 years ago.
Wow. Okay. So you're kind of an early adapter of MOBAs.
Yeah. I started before I started IGN, so it's been about 4 years.
Right.
And then I stopped playing League for a while and kind of concentrated on other types of games because they take a lot out of you. Just very intense.
Yeah.
And they like matches take an hour sometimes that you're just like, okay.
And do you, when you're playing, when you're playing with your friends and stuff, how many matches would you usually play of an evening?
If we win, we'll play like 3.
Okay.
If we lose, we're just going.
You just like, because it's just too depressing.
Yeah, it hurts so bad, especially when you think you're gonna win, and then
at the last minute you choke.
The thing about Dota is like things flip so constantly. Like you can be at a 10,000 gold lead, and then all of a sudden one team fight will just wipe you guys out.
Okay.
It's a lot of timing and she died. It's a lot of timing and making sure you guys are in sync, everyone on your team, which is why I'm having such a hard time because bots don't listen to me.
Yeah.
This is why I hate bot matches.
Right.
But
for the purposes of this video, it's very useful to be able to sort of break it down like this.
Yeah.
Kind of scientifically.
Yeah. So like the great thing is when you're planning I got out with 2 health. When you're planning your team at the beginning of the game,
yep.
You say, this is the role I'm going to pick.
Right.
I'm going to be a hard carry. So I picked Luna.
Yep.
Kunkka is our harder... Well, for the sake of this, he is the harder carry.
Yep. But he's not really performing that role.
No. Well, we're all having issues here. Oh my god, I'm getting yelled at by so much people.
Well, they won't be watching this because this is a Dota 2 video for beginners.
Yeah,
so
bits.
the Dota 2 experts will not be watching this video, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And if you are, it's instructional.
Yeah.
So give Katie a break.
Give me a break.
Okay, so really the purpose is like get lots of gold,
Yeah.
defeat the ancient thing, and talk to each other.
What are we doing with the courier? I hate bots. They keep messing up. I don't know what they're doing. So yeah, when you're picking your team comp, you look at the other heroes. Like I know what most heroes do. Well,
Yep.
actually, I know what all heroes do. So we'll pick a team. If they pick their stuff first, we'll be like, oh, they have a really good pusher. So
Yep.
we got to pick a good counter pusher because Death Prophet's a really, really good pusher. So you just had to, just by experience and just a lot of time and effort puts into knowing what all the heroes do.
Yep.
Because that's how you're going to win games, is how you play against the other team's lineup.
Yep. Okay, so their lineup is transparent from the start.
Yeah. Well, no. Well, like you, in all pick, there's different game modes. In all pick, you can pick whenever. Like some teams will pick their teams like straight up.
Yep.
Right away, or other teams will wait till the last second so they can counterpick you, which counterpicking means that they try to go against your best hero.
And do you hate the people that do that?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's awful.
That's kind of a dick move.
Yeah. So like there's actually some websites that you go onto that will tell you which is the best counterpick.
Okay. And so, like, you mentioned that there were lots of game modes. What is the most common game mode? Is it just classic?
Yeah, all pick is probably the most. This is an all pick match.
Okay.
So there's all pick. There's like all random death match. There's captain's mode where one person picks everyone's heroes. That's what like the pros do. They play captain's mode.
Right.
There's random draft, single draft. Random draft gives you a pool of random heroes that you pick from.
Yep.
Single draft will give you 3 heroes to pick. Get up. Oh, good. So we're gonna hit this tower. Finally, we got a tower.
Yeah, you seem to be doing well.
Yep. And I'm getting hit by them because my guys suck.
Yeah, they're not aiding you much.
No, I'm only 1-0. I usually by 18 minutes I probably got like 5 kills.
Right.
But that's just when you have communication with your whole team.
Yeah.
It's a super communication kind of game.
Right.
If you don't have it, see, he just blew his ult for no reason. The ult is the R skill.
So how, like, with the ults, like, how long does it take to build that back up once you've used it?
It depends for each hero. You can only get you can't start with your ult. You get it at level 6. No, wrong one.
No, you mentioned level 6. Sorry, I'm asking you these really, like, in-depth questions as you're getting destroyed, and I apologize for that. But you level up during a match, not like you level up during a match rather than say for, you know, RPG. You level up, and when you play a new match, you start with that character at that level. But in Dota 2 and in MOBAs in general, I'm guessing you start with a fresh slate every time.
Yeah, the max level for each match is level 25.
Okay.
And for each match, you start at... Oh, I just got... That was really
That's okay.
bad.
That's okay. Doesn't matter. No one saw it.
No one... Don't listen. So you start at 1.
Yep.
So at level 6, you get your ult, and then 11... I'm not even 11 yet. You get 11 and the 16. It'll levels you can level up your ult, and then in between you level up these three guys.
And in terms of like, what's the way that you level up in this game? Is it just through general gameplay, or do you have to farm for items and gold, or how does it work?
You get levels by killing heroes or creeps.
Yep.
Or there's oh my god, we haven't talked about runes yet. Or you could pick up runes. They're called bounty runes that will level you up a little bit.
Bounty runes?
Yeah. So every 2 minutes, a rune will spawn here.
Okay.
And also here.
And what do they do?
There's 4 different types.
Yep.
I think there's 4. There might be more. There's Invis.
Yep.
It's a purple glowy one. There's the DD, which is blue. An Invis. No, I said Invis. Illusion rune.
Yep.
Which is yellow, and a bounty rune, which is orange. Oh, and there's haste, so there's 5 runes.
Okay.
So what I wasn't doing at the beginning of the match is the mid player usually keeps rune control.
Yep.
So there's an item you buy called bottle, and you could pick them up and store them for later.
Okay. And they can be shared.
Runes cannot be shared.
Oh, they can't be shared?
Once you pick them up, they're gone.
Right. But you can use them at a later date through this bottling system.
Yeah, you get so fancy.
This is the only way I can make sense of it in my mind. I sound like an old man trying to understand what the youth are into these days.
Yeah, you're learning how to can things.
I don't know why I said old man instead of old woman, but like I just sort of imagine like a dad kind of figure. Anyway, let's move on.
It would be a dad thing to be like.
Well, you know what I mean? Like trying to understand what the youth are into.
So you have to bottle things.
There's a bottling system?
Yeah, just gonna murder. Get him. 3, 2, 1.
Look at him flee.
Oh no, that was bad. No.
Oh dear.
I'm gonna try to juke him.
What does that mean?
Running through the trees so they can't get you. And
right.
I did it.
Nice one.
The one good thing I've done this match.
So that's what that's called. It's called duking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which sometimes they're just in normal game mode. I would just type like.
No, I'm curious because I'm very intrigued by this sort of like language that you guys use in these fancy games.
So silly.
These fancy games of yours. But you know, like is this like juke and gank, are these words that were born from just the community, or are these words that are integrated in the game?
Just community words.
Right.
They've been around in other games beforehand.
Okay, right.
I'm sure there's...
So they've been around for a while and I've just missed the memo.
You just don't know anything about video games.
Such a loser.
Yeah, I think there's origin stories for each term.
Okay, and you know, speaking of which, like, tell me a little bit about the lore of this game. Obviously, there are lots of characters, and you know, you mentioned that you wanted a tattoo of Luna. I mean, like, how deep does the lore go with Dota 2?
So each character, it's actually really, really cool.
Yeah.
And if you're into that stuff, which a lot of people are,
yeah.
They have each their own backstory, some really neat details about each character, and make you get to know them better. If you care, I care. So
yeah.
I looked into like Luna's history and a bunch of other heroes. Like I know who her friends are.
Did he write some Luna fan fiction?
Yeah. I get asked that
That's
a lot.
when you know you're a true fan.
I get asked that a lot, actually. Right. Because I love her so much. They're like, so how's that fit going? I'm like,
No comment, right?
So yeah, like I know who her buddies are. Another person in her clan of the Selamene is Marana.
Okay.
She's also rides a cat.
That's cool. Well, I'm drawn to her because she rides a cat, and I think I would like to ride a cat. Yeah. So I think that's awesome.
You feel a deep connection to Luna right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a fierce, powerful warrior who was tamed.
Right.
And that's her thing now.
Cool.
She killed literally everyone she
right.
saw, which was awesome. I think that's why I like her so much.
Yeah, because she's just ruthless.
Straight up murder.
Yeah, because she's a straight up murderer. Yeah. That's why.
That's
so charming.
So bots are doing some weird stuff with our courier, and I keep looking, and the courier's just in the middle of nowhere. When if the other team kills your courier, they get 150 gold.
Right, so it's probably a good idea for you to kill the other team's courier because you want that gold.
Yeah, and sometimes I play heroes that are really, really good at finding couriers and just knocking them out.
How would they do that? I mean, like, how would they be really good at finding them?
So I one of my favorite heroes is Clinks. His name's Bones. It's like another name. I'll actually find him real quick. No. Get out of here, Jason. So there's heroes.
Yep.
Where's Clinks?
Oh, there he was. He was just down there.
Oh, right here. So this is one of my favorite dudes. He is an invis hero. He uses arrows and he eats creeps and stuff to get more strong.
Right.
So his invis thing is called Skeleton Walk.
Yep.
And that will help him. It gives him extra bonus movement speed. So if he has it leveled up all the way, he can run really fast after couriers and such.
Right.
So it's really neat.
Okay, cool.
So he's one of my favorites. He's more of an offlaner. What are you doing?
That courier is just hanging. He's just chilling. No, like you start with 4 abilities, and you've got your major ult ability. And what's Luna's major ult ability? So that's like more of like just to give some perspective. Like that's more of a kind of shattering, strong, powerful, limited ability, right?
Yeah, So each ult is different for each hero.
Yep.
Luna's is probably one of my favorites.
Eclipse.
Unless she whiffs it and it's completely awful. It actually casts down her Lucent Beam, which I have leveled up all the way.
Yep. So you level up your abilities as well?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're distributing your... Explain it to me. I couldn't even articulate that. How did you do that?
So since I can't level up this until 6.
Yep.
And it also takes into account the level of this skill, which isn't for all heroes.
Yeah.
It's a Luna thing.
Okay.
So this will rain down 7 beams right now.
Right.
7 of these onto random heroes in the area.
Yep.
And so if there's just one hero in the area, it'll just like hit him 7 times in a row with this one beam, which is pretty strong, and it also has a pretty big radius. So it'll see how big that. Oh no. They're going to kill me. And
you have no idea when other characters are going to be like suddenly pull out their ult moves, right?
No, it's
just random.
You, like know when that's going to happen.
And you're just like, oh my god.
Just going to try to make it. I did. Yeah, you kind of have to keep track of when the other heroes are using their ults, because if so Bloodseeker, who I just killed, he's got an ult that if he hits you with it and you move, it'll drain your health gradually as you move to like a huge extent.
Well, that sounds really crappy.
So I know he didn't use it on me then, so I have to keep watch out for when he's back alive.
Okay.
Because he might use it on me next time he sees me.
Right.
So I just used my ult on them, so they know that it had a 2-minute respawn time on it.
Okay.
So if they see me, they know I don't have my ult, which is. It's very strategic, and you just have to be like, Luna has her ult, run away, sort of thing.
Because you don't want to be anywhere near her when she unleashes that.
Yeah, it's devastating when it hits everyone.
Right. Especially as the game has progressed and Luna's at a higher level.
Yeah, so Luna as a late game carry, if she has a lot of agility and a lot of illusions from like the illusion runes or the item called Manta Style, which is her core item, she's just an unstoppable force. You can kill her, but it takes a lot of effort. So
when you say a core item, I mean, is that equipped? Has she got that equipped right now?
No, I don't have. I'm doing the bad, so why did I do that?
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to laugh at you. I think you're like what you're doing is incredibly impressive to me.
No, stop it.
One thing I do also want to. No. Actually, like I don't want to get too distracted from the item. So. You have this item, but you don't have it yet, but it is available to you later, and you have to buy it.
I just had to get enough money. Like I just bought another bit of it.
Right.
The Ultimate Orb. The Yasha's a part of it. It gives me extra speed and stuff.
Okay.
I actually bought that before I should have, because the BKB is probably one of the most important items in the game.
The Black King Bar.
Black King Bar.
Okay. And all these items are available to every character?
Yeah, everyone can buy them. It's whether or not you should buy them is a thing.
According to your character's stats and stuff like that.
Yeah, but I feel that
that little flying donkey is really like, I think he's adorable, but he doesn't look very scary to me.
Yeah,
he doesn't look like he's...
Let's just talk about my character real quick.
He looks like Donkey from Shrek.
Yeah, this is an awful courier. That's like the starting courier for everyone.
Oh.
But yeah, I mean, it's a basic game, but with a lot of depth to it.
Oh, yeah.
Just knowing every hero is just so time consuming and a pain sometimes.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I can go into more detail when we do this again.
Yeah.
I think we got kind of the basics. Oh, let me talk about Roche real quick.
Okay.
So on your way to the Dire, there's this one section where there's this one big creep called Roche.
Okay.
And he is very important. Usually when your team gets a really good team fight or something, you'll decide to go and attack Roche.
Yep.
And Roche isn't like other creeps. He hits very, very hard, and he does like a mini stun when you hit him. See, like, I'll just do that.
Right, so
he will do it eventually. So he hits really hard. He just did the stun.
you're dying.
So I have to get out of there. But the best part about Roche is that he drops an item when he dies, which no other creep does.
Yep.
He drops the Aegis of the Immortal,
Okay.
which is an item that brings you back to life when you die.
And so obviously that is a very desired item.
Yes.
And it can truly only be used once?
It could be used once every time you kill him.
Okay.
He'll respawn around every 6 or 7 minutes, 6 to 8 minutes.
And so when you actually use an item, how do you do that?
So you got him in here. I have him slotted to like 1 through 6.
Okay.
So if I want to use that, that'll heal me.
Right.
And I could turn that guy on.
So if you die, you can quickly use that item that Roche dropped.
Oh, it's
and come
automatic.
back to life.
That's like one
oh,
of
it's
the only-
automatic?
Yeah,
okay.
it's one of the only automatic ones.
Right.
I need help out.
Well, I think that's a really good introduction.
Yeah.
And I think in our next video we'll go into a little bit more depth. I still don't quite feel like I could carry a match myself, but we shall see.
I'm gonna make you carry.
All right. Look forward to that, everyone. Hey, thank you so much, Katie. I have learned a lot today, and I hope other people have as well. And we will see you next time with Dota 2 on IGN.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.